Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys today about tracking food for weight loss. A lot of people, when they start to try to lose weight, they have preconceived notions about what's healthy and what's unhealthy. And the first thing that they want to do is they want to cut out a bunch of food out of their day and go down to basically 1,000 calories or 1,200 calories, and that's really unhealthy and unproductive, okay, and actually very counterproductive, and can, in the long run, actually hurt your metabolism. It can destroy it, okay, and make it very hard for you to, in the future, burn fat or lose weight, okay? So one of the first things that I tell people to do is if they want to track and they aren't 100% sure how to go about doing so, one of the best ways to do it is a food diary. Back in the day, of course, you would always keep it a little notebook or what have you with you at all times and write everything down. But in this day and age, thank God, we have technology that helps us keep track of things, okay? One of the biggest ones out there right now is MyFitnessPal. It may be, I haven't downloaded it in a while, so it may be a pay for app. But I remember when I got it, it was free. Even if you do have to pay a couple bucks for it, it's definitely worth it because it not only tracks what you eat throughout the day, but it helps you understand how many calories and how many macros of each thing are in each food. For example, you didn't prep anything, so you woke up and went to Wawa and you want to eat breakfast. Now, you're trying to make a decision about what to eat. They have so many things that all look good and all look healthy, right? You can use your fitness tracker to go ahead and scan the item's barcode, and it'll even give you a readout of how many calories, all of the nutritional information for that item, and it'll show you what it's going to do to your day as far as calorie intake. So it's really helpful for on the go. If you aren't planning out your meals ahead of time and you are, let's say, somebody who travels a lot or has a lot of on the go meals that they aren't able to prepare themselves, this is a really good way to help you make choices on, should I eat one whole portion of this? Can I eat 2 portions? Should I cut it down to half a portion? And what you're supposed to do with what you're given, okay? Because we can't always prep, okay? Another thing that's a major factor in whether or not you're getting the right amount of calories throughout the day is whether or not you're weighing your food. For example, if you are preparing your food, your own food, and you're not weighing it, you may just be eyeballing it and going over your calorie intake for the day, and again, stunting your progress. Okay, so as an example, let's take a good round number like 2,000 calories, the recommended, quote unquote, recommended amount to eat in a day. Most people don't even know what 2,000 calories look like, most especially if you're changing their diet and you're giving them food that's completely different, i.e. healthy foods. You may think that something is super healthy, like a mango and a half for lunch, which is okay, but if you're looking at cutting out 500 calories from your day, it may impede that. So weighing your food and keeping track of it throughout the day is really going to help you make sure that you're actually meeting that 2,000 mark. Now, I would say 90% of the people that I talk to, especially women, are not eating enough. And that's why they are not seeing progress. That's why they'll go to the gym and feel like they don't have enough energy to complete a workout. That's why they may lose a few pounds on the scale, but yet and still there's no tone to their body, and things like that can be very frustrating for your progress. So you don't want to stunt any of your progress by doing that. You want to make sure that you're getting the right amount of protein, the right amount of fat, the right amount of carbs. Carbs aren't the enemy, okay? Carbs just need to be watched a little bit more carefully so that you're making sure that that's not where everything's getting fluffy from, okay? So again, if you're supposed to be eating 2,000 calories a day and you're waking up and you're only having, let's say, a cup of black coffee in the morning, or maybe that and some toast, you won't eat again until you get home and you feed the kids, and then you'll go to bed. You know, that's not enough to run your body, and that's why you get a lot more fat storage. That's why you get a lot less fat burning, because your body isn't sure when it's going to receive that nutrient again. So you really want to break out of that habit. One of the ways that I did that was I would start an alarm system on my phone. My alarms used to look really ridiculous. I'd have like 10 of them. Wake up in the morning, make sure you got your breakfast, and then I'd have a a snack one around 11 o'clock. I'd have a lunch one around 1 o'clock. I mean, you really got to have them every 2 hours to just kind of remind yourself, hey, stop for a second and remember you, okay? We put 8 hours a day into work for our employer, who half of us can't even stand working for anyhow, but we won't put nearly as much time into taking care of ourselves, okay? And you don't want to do that, all right? So Again, making sure that you are weighing things and making sure that you're keeping track of them are two awesome ways. Another way to try and help lose weight without starving, okay, or without feeling like you're starving yourself is just changing out for whole foods. So instead of processed mashed potatoes, go for a baked potato. Instead of an instant macaroni and cheese, try for some whole real rice and some chicken on the side. You know, whole foods are going to be better and way better than even supplements, such as protein shakes and protein powders. A lot of people want to go straight to buying protein. Hey, what's the best protein that I can buy? Hey, what protein should I drink? And they don't even understand their own nutrition. They're not even eating enough calories throughout the day to supplement with extra protein. So let's start at step one and make sure that you're eating everything that you're supposed to eat before you try and supplement it with powders, shakes, instant this or instant that, okay? Those things are made for athletes. Those things are made for people who are already eating enough and need something to add to that, which is why it is a supplement, okay? So let's understand all of that first before we get ahead of ourselves, okay? Eating correctly and eating the right amount of food takes time. You know, one thing that I hear, and it's very, very common for people to say to me is, oh, I love to eat. I can't work out because I love to eat. Okay, nobody's telling you to stop eating. And when you're working out, in fact, you need to increase how much you eat. So I guarantee you that I'll probably out eat half the people who are having weight issues and having problems with midsection and having problems with energy and this and that. And I eat more than you do. I just eat differently. Okay, so we have to really start thinking about how we perceive food and what you think you're actually losing by trying to lose some weight. Okay, it's really not food. Okay. Let's see, I already talked about scheduling time. Oh, and one major factor too is salt content. For example, processed foods, like let's say for lunch you had a cup of noodle soup, you know, take a second, take a look at that packaging and understand how many milligrams of sodium and how much salt you're putting into your body on a daily basis. If you start to reduce that amount day to day, you'll start to see less bloating and you'll start to see much more progress with the rest of your diet, okay? Your body will actually become more accustomed to eating things at a lower salt content, and so you won't need to salt things as much. You won't need as much sauce. You won't need as much of those other things to make things taste good, and you'll be able to actually progress. All right. Again, I'm very open to questions. I would love to have anybody, if you guys have questions, please reach out to me, send me a message here. You can also reach me on Fortune Fitness on Facebook and on Instagram. If you have any questions or any further discussion that you would like to have on anything that we discussed today, please reach out and I would answer your question as soon as possible. Thanks, guys, and see you next time.